Welcome back to PowerShell Titans. And then today we are going to see in the advanced level, we are going to see two things. That is something we will be using in advanced level. Let's say you want to run some kind of scripts in the background without disturbing the interface or the command prompts. And sometimes you wanted to schedule something, let's say you wanted to on a daily basis, you wanted to do some kind of operation and send an email at exactly 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock to anyone. So those kind of things, right? So that is what we are going to cover in two things. One is background jobs, another one is scheduled jobs. So let's start with the background jobs. What is background jobs? Before we do that, let me open the PowerShell and let's go to our scripts folder and cls start hyphen transcript and okay. So let us type get hyphen event log, okay, application event type log name is application. And before I run it, I'll just copy this and then I'll just type the time, get hyphen time. Okay. Or let's get hyphen date. Okay, it's 5:28:37, and then we are gonna run this and we are gonna see how much time it's gonna take. It's So while it is running, two things happening. First thing, it is running and then I am not able to do anything else in this console. Okay. So it is a local console, that is fine. I can just right click on this and then open another console. What if I'm connecting to another machine using the remote console? Okay. Then I have to again do all the PS connection, all those things. We'll be seeing how to connect to the remote machines. But the point is, first thing is, since it's a huge command or something that is going to run, keep running and making me wait, right? As an administrator, we are waiting for that to complete. And it is, first thing is, it is not allowing me to do anything else. Second thing is, it is consuming my time. Third thing is, if I also wanted to open another console and then connect to a remote machine, I mean, yeah, remote machine, it is again, I have to go ahead and establish the connection, remote connection, all those things I gotta do from the beginning. So that is the problem with when we are executing a huge commands, right? So that's the point I want to make. It's gonna run for a long time, but here we go. Now let's open advanced 2.txt and here we can see that date, right? Okay, the time is 5:28. Let's type fun data and hit enter. Now, how much time it takes? Nearly 2 minutes. Again, I didn't. I actually stopped it by Control C because I don't want to. Just I want to make that point. So just to get the event log, I mean, from my local machine to get the event log of an application, it is gonna take this much time. And imagine, let's say we are gonna talk about 100 computers, and then we are going to take all the event logs, okay, and then we are going to search for a particular event ID, okay, and then do some kind of operations on that. Let's say it can be just a read operation, and then based on that we are going to create some report, and then let's say that is what as of now we are going to do. If this one computer is taking this much time, if I'm going to run that script in my computer, okay, in the console, what is going to happen, that is what the disadvantages we have seen. So what is the solution for that? That is when the background jobs come. So from the name itself, background jobs, we are going to run some kind of script. It can be a script or it can be just a command, okay, commandlet or script. So these things can be run as a job. Here, when we say job, it is just something, as we know, scripting language, right? It is gonna do some kind of objective, and job is nothing but it, whichever, even though it is a single command in PowerShell, it is gonna make some kind of things, right? Every command will be doing something. So that is why we call PowerShell as a scripting language, and we know we all discussed everything all about that. So job is just to mention anything. It can be a script, it can be a commandlet. So here background job, in the background job or schedule job, anything, it is just like a script, or okay, that is what they mean by that. Now let's go with background job first. So we know why we are running the background job, and there are commands we are gonna use we are gonna run. Let's first explore the jobs. So get hyphen help and then job. We are gonna get lot of things, but here, okay, I'm just gonna make it only related to hyphen job. Okay, the reason is it's going to give us storage job and trigger job, schedule job, all those things. That is all we don't require. Okay, I can again just trim it only to job so that I can ignore all this trigger, all those things. So these are all the commands related to job. And PowerShell, as we know, if we have the WMI and WS man, which is remote remotely to connect any computer, all we need is WMI or WS man. So WinRM, in other words, okay, these two services, right? If we have this, we can also connect to the remote machines and then do some kind of execute some command. It's also run some kind of scripts. So all these get job, receive job, all of them in most of the time, okay, uh, it will be running both in a local machine as well as in the remote machine. Okay, it can be applied in local machine as well as remote machine. Okay, but in actual real time, most of the time we'll not worry about local machine. We can just open another console and go ahead. So it will be making more sense if we are trying to retrieve from a remote machine. So all these commands we are going to see one by one, and let's start with get hyphen job. It's going to read all the jobs, means all the background jobs. We are not talking about the scheduled task or anything. Job is a PowerShell job, a PowerShell command, or PowerShell related things that we have started. Okay, it is not the task manager or anything. That is a different thing. We will be seeing that. Let's say that task get hyphen help schedule task. This is what Roy was trying to do, right? Get hyphen schedule task. So this will be actually go and take all the information from the Windows task scheduler. Okay, this will be the one next we will be seeing, but get job is different from get task schedule. Okay, this is a different one. So again, get job again. Let us try get hyphen job. It is gonna be empty. So how we are going to initiate a job? Let us try to initiate a simple job. Let us say this one. Start hyphen job is from the name itself. It's gonna start it, and then script blog is where block is, as we know, whenever we say script block, it will be in a curly brackets, and then here it can be anything. Okay, let's say here they put dir, right? So let us put get hyphen child item and then hit enter. What all the things it, let's first of all, okay, this get child item, it is the command, it is going to run and at the back end. Okay, and now if we get the get hyphen job, we could see it's running in the background, and it's a PowerShell job type. Okay, like background, there are other types also there, and you could see the status whether it is completed or not. And you can also see it's assigning some name by itself and assigning some ID. Okay, name also we can something we can uh, let's say get child item. Okay, now I'm going to run the same command, but let's see what's going to happen. There are another job created, even though it is the same command. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, how many, whenever you just type start hyphen job and then you give any command, okay, it will go ahead and try to run. It will not even validate this command is good, right command or what, all those things will be coming. But basically it will just add as another job, and then it will go ahead and then try to execute it. Based on the result, it will be completed, failed, pending, all those things. Now we know we can name it as per our convenience, but not required. Okay, ID is something will be generated automatically. By using those two things, we can get a particular information. Let's say I just type get hyphen job ID is 3 and hit enter. Okay, here also the location is localhost. Here what is the localhost? Next we'll be seeing the remote host as well. And what I'm gonna do, pipe it to FL and star. Okay, FL leave a space star. I could see more details. It says state, and then the command status, all those things. And we are going to type this command. Okay, receive hyphen job ID 3 hyphen keep and hit enter. So receive hyphen job is the job, whatever the executed, completed, or whatever the successful thing done, right? It will be having the data ready. So receive job is the command will go and collect it and then give the information for us. So when we do get hyphen child item, this is what it is going to be the output. But since it is a job, it will be at the back end and it will be stored. Where we, how do we know this? It has more data, it says, right, which is true. So means it has something to actually to show for show us, and then we can actually repeat. And this is the command to receive that particular data, whatever the data it has, as an output, and then print it for us. Now I used ID, and then I also use hyphen keep, right? Means it will actually keep it for us for the repeated usage. If I type again, it will be available. Now what is going to happen here now is if I remove this keep and then execute, it will run. Okay, and then if I run again, it will be gone. Means without hyphen keep, it, we are actually saying if we only mention hyphen keep, it means we are going to use this data and then we are going to reuse it for some other purpose. So keep this in the memory. That is what we are saying. And if we do not mention hyphen keep, it means it is it will understand it is not required anymore. And most of the time by default, I mean by mistake, you will be doing that. So usually whenever you use receive hyphen job, let us use keep as well. So that is get hyphen job. Okay, and even though receive job is gonna clear the output. Okay, when I say clear, when we don't use hyphen keep, it will be clearing the information whatever it already collected from that particular job, but the job will not be removed. This is the uh, information we received, right? But the job is still there, only the output will not be available. Okay, now how do we actually remove that job? Remove remove hyphen job and hyphen ID. ID is the safest thing because it's a number and then easy to type. Okay, you can also use name as well. Job, remove, and then let us type. That is how we remove it. So in what scenarios we will be removing it? Well, let's say first thing it is completed and we don't required, and in some cases we'll be running it for let's say 100 computers. Okay, in that cases let us run one more command. Okay, com computer 1, computer 2, computer 3. Okay, let's say this is the case, and then we actually run it. Okay, and imagine we'll add one more thing. Okay, and let us intentionally make some mistake in the computer 4. Okay, and type. You see some of the command is failed because we know the cause, and because it's the command itself wrong command. But since it is only 5, I'm able to see which is failed. What if it is more like event viewer? It has lot of things. This is where we'll be using for that get hyphen member. Here you will be seeing all the information like what are the things, what is the type of that, and then what are all the functions. We can stop a job and then we can dispose a job, all those things. And properties like ID and then name, all those things. Okay, so that is something you now I'm pretty sure you are very familiar with get hyphen member. You can do that yourself. Now get job and then let us do where hyphen object dollar underscore dot, and I'm going to take the state hyphen is equals failed. Okay, now this is a kind of filter where I wanted to take all the jobs which is failed, and I only want to, I mean, usually if it is failed, we will be troubleshooting that. But just for a trouble, a demonstration purpose, I'm just gonna remove all the failed one. Okay, I'm fetching all the failed from the list, and I'm gonna remove hyphen job. Now let me type get hyphen job. Now what all the things failed, but usually this will not be the case. We'll be removing all the completed job because they are all completed. We will be only troubleshooting the failed jobs or pending jobs. But I just want to give you this thing. In the real scenario, you will be actually putting completed instead of failed, and then you will be actually go ahead and remove the job. And that is how we will be actually using a state, I mean particular state or particular computer name, all those things, and then we can go ahead and delete it. So that is the remove hyphen job, and let us clear get hyphen help hyphen job, remove job, start job. Okay, we can also stop a job. Okay, let's say it is actually running. Okay, let's take some kind of a big command. Okay, start hyphen job, and script block is get hyphen event log. I'm taking event because it is we know it is going to take a long time. um, Application. Okay, and that should be fine, I think. Let it run now. Let's quickly, before it gets stopped, get hyphen job, and then we see it's keep on running, right? So let us try to stop it. Stop hyphen job hyphen id 15. Okay, it's completed. But again, that is the point. It will be keep on running. Okay, and we will be we since we stopped, okay, we are going to check it actually. We are not, I think it did not complete. We Since we stopped it, it is stopped and it says completed. And then let us go ahead and retrieve it, and then let's see how it works. Get hyphen job hyphen id 15 fl star. Okay, it is completed, and then job state also is completed. Okay, let us try to receive the job. How to receive hyphen job hyphen keep, and hit enter. All right. So uh, one more thing, I mean, again, since we are running it as a background, okay, when we are actually printing something, okay, it is going to print, and then it is like how it will work. This will be the thing, right? Get hyphen event log. If I type it in actual console, what it will be doing, it will retrieve the information, get the information, and then it will print it for me in the computer. Okay, print in the console for me, and then it will go, and then it will keep on repeating. Here this is actually also a task. I mean, one of the tasks when we are doing from the thing, event log, I mean from the console, right? So what if that particular thing is not there? This is actually gonna increase the speed of it. The data will be collected, but there is no need to write it. Write hyphen host is not going to be executed, right? So that is also gonna help us to improve the performance. In spite of we just type some command and then wait for that to print, all we needed is that particular to be completed, or we don't want to actually see that in the console. All we need is that particular script to be get completed, maybe put it in a file or something. Let's say this is the command. Okay, out hyphen file. Okay, and let's say app log backup 29.txt. Okay, and hit enter. Get hyphen job, get hyphen job. Okay, it failed. Okay, good. So 17, hit enter, and pipe it to fl star. Okay, so what, let us try this command here. Okay, while it is okay, that's enough. I think we might have got some data already. App log 29. Okay, so there might be a lot of reasons, but I'll be showing one of the reason why it failed. Okay, let us try to run the same command as mm, okay. We'll be mostly we'll be putting this into a script, and then we will be executing it. Okay, that way there I mean this script block, right, it will be actually trying to take it as one single script block, and then trying to use how we will be using a semicolon in a console, right? If you are trying to let's say run a command, get hyphen job semicolon, again get hyphen child item, both will be executing. Okay, right, both will be executing, but since we are doing it in one single line, we have to put the semicolon. So similarly, what are all the things restrictions we have? Since we are putting this script block, will be considered this all these things, okay, will as a script. So we need hence when we are going more than one command or anything, these kind of things, right? It will be good idea to put it in a script and then run it. So since we are talking about script, is it possible for us to create a script and then run it? Let's say let's open a script which is okay. I'll I'll try one thing quickly. Okay, I want to try that. Let us type C colon. Okay, and then let us try this command C colon. All right, get hyphen job. Because I was assuming since we are putting app log, right? We know the PowerShell needs the complete. Let us first complete it. Get hyphen. Okay, it's completed. So that's the problem here. Okay, so one of the problem is we did not mention the full path. The PowerShell requires the complete path, right? So that is one of the reason why this failed. Now let us the reason why we were showing this is if we are directly running this, it will take time. But when it is running at the background, actually, since it is running as a background and it is not printing as well, it will be actually quickly done. And again, since we are directly putting it to out hyphen file, it will be it doesn't have to write it in a file. I mean, write it in your console, and it will directly write it in the file. So this is again one of the example. In spite of we run something and use receive hyphen job and then do this, usually this will be the option to capture the data and put it in a file, so that even though by mistake if we do not use hyphen keep, we will not lose, because the whole reason is this is gonna be gonna take long time, and we don't want that to be taking, I mean, want to spend that particular time. And if we run it and then if we lose it by just by not typing hyphen keep in the receive hyphen job, we have to run it again, right? So it is always best idea to put it in a file or export to a CSV, all those things. So that is the thing. And now let us try the same command, or let us try some other command. Okay, get hyphen service, or get hyphen, yeah, service, and then computer, not computer name. Okay, so we were seeing this start hyphen job, right? This is in the local machine. Let's say we are running it, and then start hyphen job. I want to retrieve the direct information and then show you. Let us type get hyphen job 21, hit enter, and then get hyphen see. Okay, that this is for the local machine. So what if I wanted to do it in the remote machine? Okay, there are two ways. Either we can mention in here computer name. Okay, but another way or another right way to invoke another command in a remote computer is using invoke hyphen command. And let's get help. Get hyphen help invoke command is basically we'll go ahead and run commands in the local and remote computers. Invoke, from the name itself, it will just start a command. Okay, we don't need to use it. I mean, basically it will work on your local computer as well, but mostly in 100% of the time we'll be using to execute something in the remote computer. So this is the very important command to execute something in the remote machine. So again, let us try invoke hyphen command. Okay, this one, right? So let us okay, get this is this will again run here. Okay, you see we did not mention any computer name or anything, so it is actually running in the local machine. As I said, invoke command will run both in local as well as in the remote machine. Now let's type big bang as my computer name and let's hit enter. So what is happening here again is it is running and it is the same thing is happening. What is happening is I cannot type anything and I cannot do anything, right? So what is the, let's wait for it. mm, it's not going to end. Let me end it now. So that's the solution. Invoke command will invoke another command in a remote computer, and this is the command for it. And we'll be seeing this command again in the remote, how to connect to the remote machine and run commands in the remote machine in the next sessions. And here, since it is connecting and then get hyphen service in a remote machine, that's taking long time. We are going to make it as a job again. Job, when we say job, it is a background job. All we need to do is add as job at the end, and then it will convert this particular command, I mean this particular whatever we are trying to do completely as a job, and then it will put it in the background. Now let us type get hyphen job and then hit enter, and we see two things. One is background job, which is in the local machine, which is in the local host, and the remote job is the IT Big Bang, which is in the another computer. Okay, and what is the two difference? Start hyphen job is local, and then invoke hyphen command is remote. Okay, so we cannot use start hyphen job in the local machine. So that is one thing, and we also know what is WMI and CIM, all those things. We have seen all the commands, how to get the information, all those things. We can also change how we make the invoke hyphen command. Similarly, let's say get hyphen WMI object, okay, and then hyphen class is Win32 BIOS and hyphen computer name remote. It can be either remote or local, but let us type remote machine, okay, and as job. These as job will not be available in all the commands. It will be available only get hyphen wma object and invoke these all the special commands. And Microsoft, I mean PowerShell knows, right? Microsoft knows these are all the commands intensive, and then will be working with a lot of data, so they give options to as job, those kind of things. So now let's make it as job as well, and then get hyphen job. Clear screen. It's completed already. Okay, now how to retrieve the job? 26 receive hyphen job hyphen keep. This is the BIOS information of the remote computer: BIOS version, manufacturer, serial number, all those things. So that is what, and if I don't use the keep, it will be gone, and then it will not be available again. Job will be available, receive job, the data will be gone. So that is that. And similarly, whatever we just did, right, we can also put it in the job. I mean, they both are same. Okay, here we are putting it as job, right? In spite of that, okay, type start hyphen job and then script block and then type it You don't have to do it in this one. Okay, this is in the local computer, get hyphen and then hit enter. And how you receive the same all these things, and then it will also work exactly in the same thing. Get hyphen job, and then the background job is completed. Okay, you see the okay. One more thing, when we adding has job in WMI, it is actually saying WMI job. When we run the same command in the start hyphen job, it will be considered as a start job. I mean, which is the background, the straightforward background job. And there is no difference between retrieving the information. Let us retrieve the information from 28 hyphen keep. Okay, now question is, we see it's starting 5 and then 7 and then 9 and then 11. Sometimes there is 15. We could see it is actually increasing, but why it's not increasing by 1? Okay, what is the reason why it is not increasing by 1? Because even though it is a background job, okay, even though it is one command, there will be more than one things happening at the background. Maybe for an example, it will be trying to connect to the remote computer, it will be trying to do some other things. Okay, so how do we know what are all the other things what we are missing here? These are all the things whatever we are seeing, right? They are called as parent jobs. And let us see all the jobs by get hyphen job and include child job. Okay, and now we could see 5 6 7 everything, right? And here job 6, okay, whatever this PS job type is not available, all of them are child jobs. Most of the time it will be just having one or mostly one or two things. Okay, and it will be mostly related to connecting to the other machine. Let us try to get hyphen job, and then hyphen id is 6, and hit enter, and then pipe it to fl star. Okay, okay, here we go. Yeah. It has the child job is the one having the output. Okay, and let us say the what is the parent for the 6 G. Okay, this one, right? Let's try this one. Take a look at this one. Has more data. And the data will be in this one. Okay, Adobe, all those things. And then let us see in that case what is 5 actually. It is actually trying to create a system thread. Okay, okay, thread is a technical word. Okay, technical word in a programming language. Thread is something like we say multi-threading is very similar to multitasking, right? I'll give a quick example. Okay, multitasking means we are one person and same time multiple tasks are done. Let's say here I'm talking to you, I'm typing something, and then I'm also speaking. I'm doing multiple small tasks, and then they're all at the same time happening, and we are usually capable of doing multitask. And if you're working for, let's say, a customer care or anything, they will be doing more than that actually. They will be documenting something in a customer portal, and then they will also do a research to troubleshoot the problem. And you might have also doing the same thing when you are in a meeting or something. You will be learning in the other end. If you are actively learning, what you will be doing, let's say you are not in a meeting and you have time, and then you are actually watching this with your computer, you will be taking notes, you will be also trying the commands at the same time, right? Means you're also trying to learn, I mean doing listening and then hearing and then trying and then checking the output, verifying it with my thing, my output, everything. So that is all, we are all doing multitask. Similarly, multi-threading is is a technical term for computer. Okay, it will just share the CPU utilization, CPU. Okay, and then let's say we have, I mean, not to get more technical, just a simple terms. Okay, if one CPU is running, okay, just one CPU, like how we are one person, one CPU will run multiple task. Okay, and how it will be running, it will be how exactly we will be doing, right? We are actually doing a multitask. It is a kind of while we are typing, we have our brain is also listening all those things, right? But when it comes to machine, it is it cannot be doing multiple things at a time. So the CPU time, right? Let's say CPU for the first second, it will doing the first job one, and second it will be doing the second job, and the third second, I'm just giving in the CPU clock timing. Okay, in the third second again it will be doing the job one, and then fourth second it will doing the job two. It is actually doing one task at a time only. Okay, for us actually, but again we are talking about one CPU, but now we have easily 8 to 12 CPUs in a normal laptop itself, right? So but again, even though it is one CPU, the multitasking is achieved like this only. Okay, so one second one job, another second another job, but for a user it will be looks like it is all executing at the same time. That is what a multi-threading is. So that is what here is actually. So multi-threading is actually starting this as a background job, and then what are the six is where actually it is getting the output. And here, does it have more data? Yes, but not in this one. Okay, it is actually in the job 6 child job you see here, right? That is where it is here, and use in this child job will not be there because this is the child job. And let us try 6, receive job, keep. This is the output for that particular one, and we know that. So that is the one. And okay, so jobs can be divided into three things. One is start job, which is meant for local jobs. Okay, and then remote jobs, meant again for only for remote jobs as well as local. Okay, but mostly this will be used only for remote things. And if you do not use hyphen as job, this is a normal command, will be just connecting to the remote machine and then executing. Okay, there is no difference just by adding this hyphen job. Okay, and here also adding hyphen job in the WMA, it is we are making it as a job. So that is what it is happening. And let us try. And we also seen what is how to remove job and receive job. And we seen wait job is something like how we suspend the job, right? It's very similar to that. It will be waiting for that particular job. It will actually just the whole reason why we are running, because we want to start typing something. Let's say if I run the get hyphen child item, and then if it is going to take a long time to execute it, it will not be accessible, right? So in spite so I'm actually making it as a job and then making it run at the background. So but what this wait job will be doing is it will again go ahead and then make this console wait for a particular job to complete, so that the console will be available to take the next job. And since it's related to, I mean, if it is only a big job and if it is going to keep on running, we can try it. But this is the concept. But again, this is something no, we have no reason for us to use at all. Okay, because the whole Point is to use the console and then do multiple tasks, but wait job will actually make it as the run the job, but again will stop and wait the console till the job is done. Receive job, we know it will just take everything and then give the output. By default, get job will only list the list of jobs and the child jobs, but on receive job is the one actually go ahead and receive the output from the local machine or from the remote machine, and then print it for us. And hyphen keep is to retain a copy of result in memory, otherwise it will not be retained by default. Okay, that is about jobs. And then before we continue with the schedule task, let's see about the last one important piece. Okay, I was talking about we can also run a script, right? In spite of only the script block, let's say here start hyphen job, we are using script block. In the script block we can only use the commands, right? So it is a list of commands we can use. But what if I wanted to have a script and then I want to use it? Let's try that now. For that, let's type get hyphen or dir. Let's see what all the PowerShell scripts there. Okay, let's take any one of them. Function one. Okay, and start hyphen job. And here, if I put the script log, okay, and we are doing it intentionally, and then and run it. Okay, it is gonna run. Okay, and then let us type get hyphen job. It's, you see it is failed actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and see why it failed. Okay, and what we can do now. Instead of script blog, okay, let's type file path and then script enter. Okay, start hyphen job hyphen file path function. Okay, okay, let's say let's open a notepad and then say not function 7, right? Okay, notepad file as, and then let's save it as d colon function 7 dot ps1. Save it, and then get hyphen start hyphen job file path function 7.ps1. The extension, try the command. Why it's not executing? Let me check. Okay, the reason is I'm doing a huge mistake. The reason is we are putting it file path, but we are actually putting it in a script block, right? Because whenever we are typing this, it means I just replace the inside the script. I mean, whatever the block, I replace the command. In spite of that, we did not remove the curly brackets, right? Let's try this. Okay, so that is a good learning. And then now let's see the previous is working or not. Okay, file path. Okay, remove this. In spite of this 6, let's try 6, hit enter. Okay, so that's the issue. I was thinking whether it's not taking because of the file directory. So get hyphen job. Now we could see one is completed, another one is blocked. Okay, we'll be seeing why it is. Okay, and then let's get hyphen job 32 pipe fl star include child jobs. So first thing is it's completed, and the command, it's taking the complete script as a command. Okay, and I mean, even though we put it as a hyphen file name, it is taking the complete function as, I mean, complete script as a command. And then it's completed, finished. It is threading is, we know what is threading means. And there is a job 33 as a child job. And okay, and here is the output. Okay, progress, and then output is, this is the output. So how do we get the output? Okay, let us say in, we are first time in trying to include and receive hyphen job, and this is the output of the complete thing. Okay, and let us remove this include hyphen job. Okay, and hit enter. First thing is it is gone, and so because we didn't hit the result, and we have 32. Okay, let us try the 32, get hyphen 32, right? And then start hyphen job. Start hyphen job, and in spite of file path, let's say function 7.ps1, and hit enter. Get hyphen job 36, 36 or receive job, right? Hyphen keep 36 hyphen include child jobs. It's getting the result. Okay, now we are gonna remove this and hit enter. Okay, and here we see more information, and here we will be seeing, because whatever the child job, right, the get job 36 will actually get the information from the child job, which is here. Okay, and this is actually a result of child job. Okay, in the 36, so 37 is the child job from, and 36 output and 37 7's output both are the same, because child job is the one, and 37 is just let's say include child job, and let us list it. This is the child job. Okay, this is where actually things are getting executed, and this is actually the threading, multi-threading, right? So when we try to run this 36, we'll be getting the complete information, and this is again will be combined with both of them, and it will also give the same result. Okay, so it will be repeated twice. But so the right thing is, when we are retrieving the information, to avoid the duplication, we need to run whatever, either one of them, but best thing is to go with the parent one. So that's the whole point. And anything else interesting I want to show you? invoke command we have seen, get job, run script, background job. This is all fancy stuff. That's fine, no problem. Let us go to schedule job. Schedule job. Okay, here we are gonna. I mean, the this is the schedule job, the one we are talking here. Okay, so when do we schedule something? Let's say let's create a task. I'm not clicking on basic task. I'm clicking on the complete create task and type. Let's say mm, daily report to management. Okay, and the description, let's say whatever, the same thing at 10 a.m. And here we know run only when the user right. Let's say I don't want that, whether I logged in into this machine or not. Okay, I should it should go ahead and still run it. Okay, we know this as an administrator, and we also run it as a high privilege because let's say PowerShell, when we run it as a administrator, right, that is very exactly equals to this. When we put this, whatever the command we are going to run, it will be running with as a administrator. And then trigger, it can be anything. It can be lot of triggers. Let's say on a schedule basis or at the time of login, startup, all those things. Okay, and mostly we will be going with a day, schedule. Let's say every day, what time, 10 o'clock a.m. Okay, and starting from tomorrow, let's say, and then delay, repeat, all those things are not required, and by default it is getting enabled. And click on the trigger is by default getting enabled. Okay, not the task is not yet created. Okay, and one more thing is, if I click on trigger, remember it is opening another thing, another window, and we are doing something else. Imagine this is another object. Okay, we'll be seeing connecting to PowerShell, but as of now, let's imagine this is another object, and then we enabled it. And an action, what exactly the action we wanted to do, start a program. That is what we need. And let us type okay, where is the path of C Windows PowerShell.exe? We'll just type PowerShell.exe. Okay, PowerShell.exe, because let's say PowerShell.exe, it will actually open PowerShell.exe. Okay, but again, it's also a good idea to go ahead with a complete one. Okay, and then the argument is where we will be actually scheduling this one, whatever the script name. Let's say what is the script we want to run. Let us say send hyphen mail PowerShell. Okay, and let's open a notepad, and let's type get hyphen service. Okay, this is, let's say we are creating a simple report pipe, let's say simple daily report. Okay, and get hyphen service, and then we are gonna count. Okay, and count it as where hyphen object get hyphen service. Okay, I wanted to check what all the services running, and I wanted to count it in my machine. Okay, I'm gonna send that as a report. Get hyphen service hyphen where hyphen object dollar underscore dot is equals to running. And let me check. Okay, that is the command. and let me just copy the command. As I usually say, instead of directly try to type and make a typo, execute it and then make sure it is actually running it. Copy and paste it. Let's assign it to all services. Okay. Now here onwards, if you are going more than one pipeline or anything, we will be actually assigning to a variable and then do all those things. That is the best practice. Dot count is total active services. Okay. Now let me first write hyphen host total services. Okay. And I save it as some KMD demo scripts. Simple report dot ps1 and save it, and let us run a simple report and then is it okay. Excellent. 108 is counted, and similarly let's count let's get something else. Get hyphen process hyphen sort. Okay. Sort hyphen object hyphen property CPU, and first, or okay, let it be, and CPU, and then select hyphen object first, let's say 10. Okay. So this is gonna be again descending. What is this gonna give? This is gonna give me the top 10 services running in a machine, processes running in a machine who occupies a lot of CPU utilization. In spite of I sent 10, I'm gonna just collect the biggest one, whichever is consuming. Okay. And since the CPU utilization will be keep on changing, I'm also gonna be take a note of it. Okay. Let's say current time is equal to get hyphen date. Okay, let's quickly check that as well. Current time. Okay, that is working. Now what I'm doing is, okay, I got this one. This is the highest CPU process. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create put all these information to a file. Let's say first line. Okay, let's get the current time. First, that is the first command, and then first line is current time, and then pipe it to out hyphen file, and then the name is let us say 10 a.m. report dot txt. Okay, and I'm gonna append because I'm gonna keep on appending things. So I added thing, and then let's say I just put today um, service and process report below. Okay, and then pipe it to same thing, and then Okay, this is the first time we are doing a simple reporting. Okay, we are also gonna try to send us an email. Okay, so first I got the command and I executed this command and I got all the services. Now I also take the time. Okay, I'm putting report time current with the current time, and then that is again gonna be in the report, and then save it. And I'm gonna put list of services running in the server. Okay, and I'm gonna just copy this, paste it, and then list of services. I already got it in all services. I'm gonna pipe it here, and then again, this is total number of services running in the server, and that is total services, and pipe it to the same one, and then we need highest CPU utilization process in the server, and that is something I have already collected, and I'm gonna just pipe it, and I'm just gonna say here I'm appending all these information. Okay, done. Okay, and you see here all these things are appending to a file. Okay, just for easy to understand, I'm just putting okay here. This is also appending, this is also appending, this is also appending, and everything. Okay, so we are putting everything into a report, and then we are going to send this file. Okay, before that let's say that's it. End of report, and then that's the thing. And let's try now simple report and then execute it. We have a few things. Okay, what is that? At okay, double quotes is missing here. 10 a.m. report.txt. Okay, here we are gonna do out hyphen file, right? Let's say out hyphen file. Okay, and 10, let's say C colon let's say let's try this. What are dot slash? Okay, which come where it is coming here, right? Unexpected token hyphen append. Let's try this command. Okay, one thing is I didn't include double quotes. Okay, so I'm just gonna add double quotes in all these things, and that should be fine. But anyway, let us save it and run it again. simple report. Okay, now we have current time, and then let's say current time report double quotes out file append, and also this one here again, double quotes is missing. Okay, if you see, I'm just trying to reduce as much as error, and then so that I can focus on the last error. So it was nearly 6 errors, and then we reduced by almost a lot of them by just adding double quotes. I was thinking whether it is just because we don't have the directory, but it is accepting the directory. So we can also quickly check because it should be already writing 10 a.m. Okay, let us say out, just say test out hyphen file. Okay, 10 a.m. Okay, this is what we need. Delete it, save it, close it, copy this, and then file, replace wherever it is 10 a.m. report. Okay, replace it, cancel, save it, and then let us try to run. Okay, now at line number 20, okay, current time and out file, it says some error. What is that? Current time, okay, is expression. Okay, what is the current time? Okay, that is something we are doing it, and then let us to come to current time. If you see, we are doing it again. I'm not trying to do everything proper. Just I'm not trying to from the beginning at the end. I'm trying to type it very without even making any mistake. The point is how I'm approaching. I'm typing with my free flow, so that whatever comes in my mind, whatever the ideas generated, I'm just putting it, okay, so that I'm just completing whatever the task I'm trying to do, and then I'm approaching what all the problems it is coming. That is where you will be. And I say mastery, that is what I mean. So you are very confident you can make it work, and you are actually trying to fix it one by one. From 7 to 8 errors, we are actually troubleshooting, and then we are finally in one error, and then we are trying to fix it. Okay, the 28th. Since it says to the, okay, current time, just add a plus sign here, and then let's see. Okay, it's done. It says because I'm not appending, this current time is some string, I mean some kind of value, and this is some kind of value, but I'm not either appending or anything, right? So it is expecting some kind of operation here, so that it can put it in the out file. So let's try to 10 a.m. right? 10 a.m. Okay, we are seeing the result. Okay, today's service and reports. Okay, list of services I'm seeing, good. And then told the services are okay, CPU utilization. Okay, and this is the service, and Skype is the one making use of. Okay, and the end of the report. Fair enough, right? Looks good. This is more than enough for me for 5 minutes of work. But for your team, it's gonna save a lot of time. You're gonna make still more changes. But again, that's the point. Now, whenever I wanted to run this, okay, if I keep appending from the line one, first line, okay, it will be creating, it will keep append. I mean, let's say I'm running the report again, okay, and open the file again. It's gonna append. You see, it is gonna keep on appending, right? That I don't want. Only first time it should start with a fresh file, okay, and then so what I'm doing here is in the first line, okay, only in the first line I'm doing the append, okay. Now let us try to run it. Now open it. Now you will be seeing what's the time, 6:52. This is just now, okay, and we don't have any duplicate, okay. So report should be up to date and it should not be the old, right? And we don't want that as well. So in the first line I'm removing the append, okay, that is all done. Now how am I going to send it to my team? That is how send. Okay, here we go. This is a very simple one. Okay, let's use this one. This is the command. Okay, built-in command. I'll again send hyphen mail message is the command. Okay, it'll be asking for, let's say, support at powershelltitans.com is this. Whenever I say, I mean, the reason why I'm running this and I'm showing this is these are all the mandatory fields. Okay, from is mandatory, subject is 10 a.m. daily server report, and then 2 is let's say that is test at titans.com. Okay, now I'm gonna do all of them. From is this one, subject is in double quotes this one, and 2 is it's good to put it in double quotes, but anyway, let's try that. Since it's email, it should take fine. And then hyphen SMTP server is where, what is your server? SMTP server is your um, you will be having an IP address of in your organization. If you contact your exchange administrator, they will have something called a relay IP address. Okay. Relay server, relay SMTP server. Okay, and if you are new to relay, that is, don't worry, this is just like our Gmail server or Hotmail server. Okay, this is the IP address what you need. Okay, either they will give you an IP address or the FQDN name. Okay, and you need to mention it. Let's say the FQDN name is I mean, as of now, ID Big Bang. Okay, and then attachments, right? I'm gonna attach 10 a.m. report. Okay, and hit enter. Obviously it is not going to send because there is no server. Okay, but let us say, is there any option to send a test mail? I mean, you will not be able to send even from Gmail from your computer. Okay, but just to check whether it is going to work or not. Okay, okay, connect. Okay, this is again gonna, this is something not in our scope, don't have to worry. Okay, all you need to do is this, just make sure this is either your SMTP server, your Exchange server, or an IP address you are getting from your, let us say, your Exchange administrator or Lotus administrator, anyone. Okay, but whatever the one we have seen, right? This is something, an option to configure, create your Gmail and then configure that in your machine as an SMTP, and then doing all those things. If you do this, if you try to send an email, your company policy will not allow and you will be in trouble. So don't try to do it. But if you are trying to do it in your computer, you can try that. Okay, so you can also set it. And if you search for Google or Gmail SMTP relay settings, okay, this is what the SMTP relay settings, okay, you can use these things. For this you need an account. Free account is more than enough, okay, and you will be using some IP addresses, okay, like all okay. I'm just checking is any test IP address that we can use. No, we have to do it from the admin console. Okay, so basically this is for how we have Office 365. Similarly, Google has its own package of for Office usage. Google Gmail, everything is for official purpose. This admin console is not our normal Gmail. Okay, so here it says it is fetching my email and then giving, right? So we can do all those things, but again, that is something not related to PowerShell. You can do it at the end. You will be getting this SMTP server, and in some cases you will be getting port as well. Okay, let's say 443 or 25 or something like that. Okay, some custom port, so you will be using that as well. Okay, let's say 25. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy this. This is not gonna work. I mean, this is not gonna actually send an email. Okay, but we are gonna see the process how we are actually embedding it. Okay, where is the command? Okay, here we go. Send message, and again, these are all the things will be related to your computer, your either your computer or your server. Okay, subject can be anything, to again can be anything. SMTP is strictly your server related. Attachment is this one. Okay, and this, let's say, imagine this is what is getting generated, and this will send an email. Okay, now there's no way for us. This is a notepad, right? We can actually save it, and then we can open, we can execute the script, but there is no way for a script to wait for some time and then automatically invoke and then go ahead and PowerShell will not automatically open by itself and then automatically send this at a particular time. That is something we don't have to do it. So for that, what we will be doing is we will be using the scheduled task. So that is what here we are going to do, and here what we will be mentioning is whatever the complete name of it. Okay, let's say get hyphen child item, and then name is 10 a.m. report, right? FL star. In this, I'll be copying the full name. Okay, that is text. I need the script actually. Simple report PS1, and then full name is this one. Copy this and then come here. That is the argument. I'm not putting here. Okay, that is an argument. Okay, and in some scenarios you can just put the PS1, and then in the start you can put this particular wherever this folder is. But
it's straightforward. You can put it right here itself in a double quotes, because we have some space here. Click on OK. Start in op we can also have, let's say, followed by this, we can have the let's say, instead of or the simply it's sending a report, right? Instead of that, we can get some particular user input, and then we can do all those things. But best thing when we are doing in the create task or the schedule task is not to send any argument, not to make it depend on user or anything else, or sending an argument. Okay, so that is what we are doing. And then just click on okay. Is there any conditions? We don't need any conditions. Settings, that's fair enough. That is all we do, right? And click on OK, and it is asking for my administrator. I mean, if you are doing this here, I'll just cancel it. Okay, here the author is here, and then run as right. If it is something related to your let's say active directory or some other server, this is where you will be changing it to whatever the account name. Okay, so administrator or something like that. Okay, you will be finding that, and then click on OK, and then you need to type the exact password. Otherwise, either it will not take it, okay, or it will be just not executed at the right time. Okay, that's the thing. And then click on OK. Let us play glance. Okay, do I have any password? Okay, and I don't have a password for this. Okay, but no issues. Let's try to fix that. Reclance. Okay, that's HP, and click on OK, and 0. Okay, that's test user, and that worked. Okay, that for that test I have this one. Now if I run it, okay, it hasn't run, and it will run every day. Next, what time it will be running? It will be saying the last run is never. Okay, the last run was tomorrow. Okay, and the next run is also tomorrow, because it is not yet run. And then if I just try to run it now, it is running. Refresh, it's done, and then you'll be seeing 1. History is disabled. I can enable it so that you can see whether it is completed or not. Okay, and based on this error code or whatever the number we are getting, right, based on that we can, this is success. Okay, so we are fine. And based on, if we get some kind of error related to, for an example, let's say administration issue, your password issue, or the script issue, those kind of things, based on that, here this is what you will be seeing. Based on that, you will be going and then fetching it, and then uh, troubleshoot it, and then fix it. So this is the script, and this is how we do it. And this is the straightforward, and then the option to do it. And is there a way to do it from the PowerShell? Yes. So this is what we'll be doing. Okay, let's say, okay, trigger. Okay, new schedule task trigger is, you remember I say click on trigger, it is opening at 10 a.m., right? And I mentioned it's daily, right? This is the one. And okay, and if I type a trigger and then pipe it to get hyphen member, you'll see this is actually task scheduler trigger. Okay, it is an object of that. So trigger is done, and then what is the next thing? What is the who's the user account? Okay, user account is something what I just mentioned, right? Let's say ITP bank slash HP is the user, and the action is new schedule action. I'll just copy till this and paste, and then I'll, instead of that, I'll just copy from here action, right? This is the action, copy, and this is the argument we are passing, right? And hit enter action and registering. Finally, this is the register, and force is not required, but let us rename this as 10 a.m. report from PowerShell, and trigger. This trigger is this one. User is user. Action is, this is the action. If you see, these are all the things we have done here. What this one, we named it, and then we selected what time it has to do, and then what is the user name, whether it should be running, whether logged in or not, and then run as highest privilege is the highest one, hyphen run level highest, and then um, trigger is this trigger, okay, 10 a.m., and then action is whatever the script, and then PowerShell.exe, and the script wherever it is located, and that is what the action is, and that is all we need. Register schedule, and let us try it, and it's registered successfully. Now let's get hyphen schedule task. Okay, do we have, here we go. So it's in that task, and this it is ready, okay, and we can also trigger it, all those things, but that is all not required, okay. Yeah, in a real life we will be actually doing it right away from the task scheduler. That's the easiest and simplest way to do it, and if at all you still wanted to go ahead and do it, these are all the commands. So that is how we will be actually creating something. Okay, today we also created a simple report. You have seen how to send an email, and then that is actually real time. This is how most of the time we will be doing it, and all these options, new schedule, jobs, all those things not required. Go directly to the task scheduler, how you schedule the normal things, do it. The only thing is, the main thing here is here, okay. Here you will be either mentioning the full path of the PowerShell or PowerShell.exe. Here you will be putting it in a double quotes, the full path of the PowerShell, not don't use the start in all those options. Okay, try to put the full path of that particular script, and try not to use a user input or argument or anything. Try to embed everything within the script, so that it will be independent, and then run it. And one more mistake, one more thing we will be usually trying to change is, what is the user we are running in. This will be changing it to your administrator profile, where it has access to all the servers or whatever the action you are trying to do. Make sure it is not only running you when you are logged in. Means if you are not logged in, it will not actually, let's say you logged off and went home, and you schedule it for midnight, or whenever your shift is not there, then it will not run. It will wait for you to log in, then only it will run. Okay, and make sure run as highest privilege, and sometimes it will ask for the password. Put the right password, till that it will not take it, and based on the result you will be troubleshooting it, and then that is all about uh, that's, I mean, whatever I said in 90% of the things you already know, right? We have scheduled a lot of things, and that's the exact way, and that is how we will be doing the background jobs and then task scheduler. So being said that, we have covered both of the things, and then I'll be sharing all this information, including this report, all those things, and try to execute. I mean, try to do these things. Okay, simple report, right? This is something most of the cases you might be already having some task on your hand in your office right away, so you can just go ahead and try to implement it as per your requirement, which will immediately give you some kind of attention from your management, because report is something you are trying to send, and this is itself will be considered as a huge project. Okay, but that's what I say. From the time we started, the 10th day, right? I was 7th day. I was keep saying to go ahead and try some project, right? You can take this as a project, okay, starting project. Try to do it, and then use the send email, mail message, all those things. That will start your actual mastery, and then we can start go ahead and do it, and then let's try how it goes. So, being said that, thanks for all your time, and have a wonderful evening. And let's see you in the upcoming session, and let's rock and roll.